The Tailgate Show, the Tailgate Show, the Tailgate Show. And you say Shot City. The Tailgate Show, the Tailgate Show, the Tailgate Show.
Whoa, what is up? What's going on? Welcome back for another episode of The Tailgate Show.
Are you sure about that? Do you have sources that this is, in fact, The Tailgate Show?
I do have sources. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
That's what's
he
up.
What's happening?
told me,
Remember 24 hours Monday?
yeah.
It was going down
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, it was going down for real. Like now it's like not so hip hopping again, right? All the buzz, all the hot info that was coming out of various
Oh, they want Stafford. They want the Stafford deal.
sources. Oh, check. Now that may be true, but that shit about the Bears that some people on Twitter had some like lockdown information on was turned out to be hot garbage.
Watch it go down. Watch it go down like in an hour.
Garbage.
That'd be
It's
great.
not going down.
I'll be pissed if it goes down, man. Wentz is broken, bro. Like
The Colts are in the lead. We're good. They're gonna win.
I'm just
Go
saying, you
Colts.
what? Like Coleman did a great breakdown. Like we're just not like our coaching staff. Like just all right, just let's talk Nagy and Pacer on a lame duck year. Let's call it what it is. Like Wentz isn't there, man. Like Wentz would be fine in Indy because they have a stable situation. They could say, okay, we need a little time with him to get him going again, and the fans will be much better with it. We need something to work. I'm not just saying like franchise quarterback because that's probably. I mean, I would love Watson. I would love Carr. I mean, I'm looking at guys like Minshew right now. I Mariota, I get it. Like the more I thought about it, Jerry, we had that discussion last night. Like, yeah, he's very limited. I think Minshew. I mean, those are the guys I'm looking at now because like Dak and Watson. I mean, that's all great. Like if we're playing Madden and turn the salary cap off and all that shit and trade rejections and all that crap, let's do it. But it's just not. I don't think it's realistic, man. Like I love Deshaun, but
You finally come to your senses on Tan Mitch.
I'm not gonna call him that. I think
Tan Mitch.
no. I think he deserves a second shot.
Mariota is Tan Mitch.
Yes.
I don't think, no.
Oh, it's okay.
Mariota, and we had a small sample size. He played a little bit against the Chargers. He played against the Chargers. I think that was the only game he really got down in. He's more decisive than Mitch. He's faster, but who the hell knows, man? I think Mariota deserves a second shot.
Is he more decisive, or is he running just a better offense for him? I mean, I don't know. I just know that
Running the run.
Mariota, like we've seen the best of Mariota already. It wasn't very good.
He's got limited arm talent. I think Minshew would be a guy that could just step in and be fairly safe. I think he's got.
And I also think like Mariota has zero fucking swagger. Like
DeFilippo's
Mariota
already been here, though, correct?
Was that?
DeFilippo's already been with that situation, correct?
He's
With
been with
Minshew and
yeah.
Foles.
Yeah, but the thing is,
So
so
he
like,
already knows what he's got.
right,
Yeah.
but I think also like, and I don't know if you give all the credit to DeFilippo, but like if you look at the strides that Minshew took from college and all that air raid stuff that everybody was shitting on, and like the mechanics he's developed since he's been in the league, that he's taken quite a big step there, and like that coaching DeFilippo was there. What is he? 24 years old. He's had good production in the 23 games he's played. It's like 5,500 yards. What we were saying, 37 touchdowns and 11 picks. Like. I'm not saying he's not going to be our future most likely, but he's good enough to come in and.
But I think he's also a guy that's gonna come in and be the man. You know what I mean? Like come in with a swagger and come in with a confidence. Like, yes, sir, I'm here. You know,
he'll be fun to watch.
Mariota is swaggerless, bro. Like he is just a robot. He's just. I mean, he might. Every now and then he makes a smooth play, but like. It's just like, it's like somebody made an Android version of Colin Kaepernick, and that's Marcus Mariota. Like,
I mean,
Speaking of swagger, I'm just kind of looking you up and down here. What's that shirt got on it? What kind of shirt you got on?
no, it's just dude. I made this shirt, and I don't even fucking like it. Like I don't like having this bum ass. Like I have this bum ass dude on my chest. It's fucking. Like it's a terrible idea. Don't even buy that shirt. You'll regret it.
Right, then when you made it, man, I was like, that's funny, haha. I'm like, but I'm not rocking that.
Hey,
Can't
buy
do
it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I should have. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of funny, but like honestly, like
Sorry,
it's sadness. I mean, I'm sorry to shit on your plug, Jer, but like I
We're
had
not all
to.
winners, kids.
I gotta keep it real. I mean, some people. I think a few people bought it. I know. Whatever. It's just fucking takes me like 30 seconds to.
What I was
think.
what I was saying about Mariota is I did watch that Chargers game, and like it was fun to watch, but it's fun to watch from a perspective of I'm a fan of the Bears, and I've seen Mitch and Foles suck all year, so like it was fun to watch compared to that. I know Mitch had that great 3-game streak that put us in the position we're in. But
Bro, we see this every Thursday and Sunday and Monday night when all the Bears fans are on Twitter and they're watching other teams, and we all just can't do anything but like gush and just compare and like, oh my God, like look at offense, like look what offense looks like and all that. Like we're just out there like these fucking noobs, like who've never, it's like every time Bears fans watch other teams with good offenses, it's like going to the strip club for the first time. You're just like, what's dude, is that okay? Can they do that? Oh my God. Like, like we're so noob on that. Like, it's just pathetic. Like, or we're just incessantly comparing everything to our failures of the quarterback position. Like, it's one or the other. Like, we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe offense exists, or fuck everything, and why can't we have anything, and what if this guy was that guy, and if this happened, blah, 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 blah. It's just like the most masochistic fucking endeavor, bro.
And there's some talk about like Carr in the chat. Absolutely, we take Carr. This price tag, if there is going to be even a move, is like they're going to want. They're going to want some coin on that one, and then we've
talked Carr ad nauseum. Like we were talking Carr.
Derek Carr would be my second choice to Watson, but I just
Carr
don't
last
think
year.
it's happening.
Yeah, we talked Carr a year ago. Like we've talked Carr to death. Everybody's new on the Carr train. We were talking Minshew fucking.
When I'm talking Minshew, I'm not saying like on Twitter, like Minshew when Watson's available. It's not like that. Like I'm trying to be realistic with this because we always set our expectations high, man.
No matter what, you have to consider your resources. Like Carson Wentz is going to be at least a $20 million cap hit. Like that's no small thing to us. I know the cap is fluid. I know the cap is smoke and mirrors. I know blah blah blah. I know all that shit. But it's still something the team has to deal with, and there's still going to be some decisions that get made.
You either with the cap, you kick yourself in the balls now, or do you kick yourself in the balls for
and everybody's response to that is, oh, well, it's going to go up so much. Oh, yeah, it really happened this year. Like nobody fucking knows what's going to happen. So like, I mean that in the one sense you could say YOLO, let's try to win, but at the same time, like you also like you cannot just keep kicking the can down the road because you do see teams get caught up on it eventually. Like, I know they can just keep doing it for a while. But, I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, you add this dude who you're taking a huge risk on. Maybe you can't franchise A-Rob. Like, and I'm not even a real big proponent of doing that. I think that's a kind of a whack idea, to be honest.
I heard Keyshawn bring up Matt Ryan, but that's a big contract to take on, too. I think I think he'd be safe, but I don't think it's a lot of money.
So they were saying, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think I heard this, is that they were saying that the dead cap money would be like record setting if they trade Wentz.
Yeah.
That record would be broken if Matt Ryan was to get traded. It's like $44 million in this season dead cap or something ridiculous. If they trade,
want him to bridge a rookie anyway? He'd be a good bridge.
They are stuck with Matt Ryan for at least one more season. Like people keep talking about Matt Ryan. It's like, just don't you get fucking over the cap? Like that website doesn't exist for you. Like I don't understand these people. Like this, ESPN radio guys. Like it's like, don't you check any of this shit? Or are you just trying to get people angry so they call in?
Right.
Like that's it's not in-depth fucking research to like figure it out. Like, it's pretty easy. You don't have to be a capologist or add NFL or PFF to your name to figure this shit out.
And I know a lot of moves can be made in March. I mean, the rush with the Stafford trade coming out kind of just like rushed everything in our mind. But like,
Yeah.
they don't have to do shit. They don't have to. Do shit for the 17th of March.
Basically, Sean McVay and fucking Matt Stafford got drunk in Mexico together and cooked up this fucking trade. Tell me I'm wrong. They were both in Mexico, but we're supposed to believe that they were not anywhere near each other, and all this shit just went down like that.
Yeah, it's a pandemic, man. They got to stay distance.
Yeah, like please. So they fucking cooked up the scheme, and the new head coach is like, yeah, all right, cool. Oh, and they had the old Rams GM now, like the old player personnel guy from the Rams is now the GM of the Lions, right? So he was there and drafted Goff when he was in the player personnel department. It's just all too damn fishy, bro. Like, they cooked that up, and that's fine. I mean, whatever. And the NFL's trying to be like the NBA now anyway, so
I'm happy with it. Goff's in our division. We eat Goff for
exactly.
Bro.
Like, that's fantastic. Like, Goff is going to wish he never came to this division.
I still hold, we were talking about the Wentz deal. I still hold to the fact that I don't know that they were necessarily talking about Wentz. I've said that a couple times. I want that sixth pick.
Yeah, I was going to say this next segment is called Pick Six. Jer, give us an update.
Pick Six is still there.
No, it's not.
You listen to Eric Lambert, man. Like, I could go off on a little tangent.
Time out. No. Who came out? I had talked about this.
Yeah, but it got brought back up because Lambert said that we'd use the Wentz hoopla. Now, think about you're talking NFL teams here that are rumored to be talking to each other. Hey, we'll take Carson Wentz for this. By the way, would you take our 20th for our 6th?
No, I wasn't going to package it like that. I think it's
but
that's what Lambert's saying. I'm saying
that was unlikely before all this Wentz bullshit went down. Now that the Wentz shit happened, it does not make it more likely. It makes it far less likely. Like, you think they're going to trade Wentz to the Colts, so then that's going to be all different. But the thing that the Colts actually have a worse draft picks than us, right? So, like, they don't really have much trump card in that regard, in terms of that. But they may be able to get something going,
right? But what's the mindset with that 6? Like, the quarterback that's going to be there, Lance?
I don't see it.
I just maybe Trey Lance. Like, this could be a run.
That's your guy. If that's your target, I think Trey Lance. That's where you get him.
Look at it. Wait, what? Look at a meeting with Irsay? No. What? Where did you hear this? I don't buy that. The other day.
Yeah.
Did you hear this?
Yes, I did hear that. It was.
Yeah. What's going on, Indiana? What the fuck? Is that really happening?
McAfee said something about it.
Oh shit!
What that
McAfee
means?
said it.
That means they grabbed lunch and got his opinion on Wentz.
Why would he want?
He lives in Indy, bro. He lives in Indy.
I know, but Irsay wouldn't want Andrew Luck's opinion on Wentz.
I'm joking around. They probably just grabbed lunch.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Luck lives in Indy still, right, Jerry?
Hell, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Tracking device on him.
I'm pretty sure he still lives in Indy. I'm just saying, like, he's there. He's been a part of the team. I'm sure he still gets along with ownership. I won't even.
Oh yeah, they let him keep his bonuses.
Well, they still have the rights. They still have the rights to him too. I think, right? Yeah.
That would be crazy if he came back. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, in his defense, like this offensive line is a lot better. That dude was getting killed.
It's the same. It was better when he left. He just
it was already good. It was already good when he left.
You got Q now.
They had Q.
He had Q. He played a whole season with Quentin.
I thought he
retired.
He played a whole season with Quentin Nelson. Luck didn't retire till 2019.
All right.
The beginning of 2019.
Yeah, man.
Was when he
had the line. He was done. He's tired of getting beat up.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's a super smart person who has. Was he a building designer or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, really smart guy. Right. He's a smart guy.
I mean, but at the same time, like it was just that he couldn't ramp himself up.
It's wild too because he looks like a slow lumberjack.
This little lumberjack that would totally just
dude looks like he's
throw a math question at you and be like, "Bam!"
Right. Like he is one of those guys that looks stupid, but then is like science. Like just insane levels of smartness comes bursting from. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at the Trey Lance deal, man. 6 is going to be the best you can move up.
Oh God! Can you imagine they spend all kinds of?
We don't have. They don't have that kind of time. Like Nagy's not. There.
I think they have that time. I don't
buy it. I think that buys you time.
I think it buys you time if he looks good. If you want to see some time bought, he's got to play in the first, or there's got to be a preseason, or he's got to show something. I think, but I do think they have at least one more year after this, unless it's a disaster. I just don't trust the 10 because now that they've drawn this line in the sand, and they basically told us in the presser, "Fuck you, we don't care what you think. We know better. These are our guys, and you're gonna learn to love them because we do tough shit." And we're like, "Oh fuck!" Yeah. So. They are now going to dig their heels in on that. They're not going to go back on that after 1 year. They'll look like even more fools. It's like, oh, I thought those were your guys, huh? Like now it's 6 and 10, and you don't have the stomach for the growth and the fucking the patience for the collaboration and all this shit like you claimed you had. So that's why I think they're now going to dig in for a couple more years, unless embarrassment, and fucking scandal and shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, what are you guys thinking? Like, so the free agents that even look, you got Fitzpatrick, Dalton, Newton, your boy Sudfield, Tyrod.
What?
He's talking to me. That's a shot.
Tyrod, Dak, I guess Jacoby's there.
Hey, I mean. And it sounds bad because they're both black quarterbacks, but I think Jacoby and Tyrod have a lot in common. Like, I think they're both very steady. Tyrod's a lot more mobile, but they're the same. They're the same type of player to me. They're very steady. I think for the most part they make good decisions. They're not gonna maybe put the team on their back, but they're gonna run the offense you tell them to run. And
I did talk to my brother about Tyrod a little bit today, and he was just like, "Yeah, I liked him when he was here because he was the best quarterback we had." He said, "But like, he's too safe sometimes, like annoyingly."
Right, but I feel like that's what we need in a way.
We got annoyed with that when we had Hoyer. Remember, he couldn't throw that.
No, we needed that a couple of years ago.
Well,
yeah,
it's 2 years too late. Much like this franchise, it's always like a year late.
I just feel like you can be safe. Like you can be safe.
He mentioned Fitzpatrick too, like you did, because he said when Fitzpatrick comes in, like he just gets guys to rally around him. Like, but he's 39 years old, man.
Yeah, but he did it. I mean, he was doing it for Miami last year. That he should have led them to the playoffs. They fucked him. They fucked with him. If they hadn't have brought Tua in, and Tua, I mean, they didn't lose all the games that Tua started. But if they hadn't brought Tua in, like they did on some weird, like, oh, we had this plan all along. Like, okay, what? And that was totally suspect. He would have led them to the playoffs.
We've seen the Fitzmagic train, though, go down in flames. He's good for 4 or 5 games.
Sure, he'll throw you 4 touchdowns, and then he'll throw you 4 picks. But I'm just talking about, like, I'm not here for a long time, just a good time. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I think Mitchell would be fun. That's the thing. Like,
same here. Like, I just want somebody fun. Mariota is anti-fun. Like, that's also my problem with Jacoby Brissett and Tyrod Taylor. They're not fun quarterbacks. They're just like serviceable. Like, it's just like next to serviceable in the football encyclopedia is a picture of Jacoby Brissett. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
I mean, if we got Minshew, we'd have the second best quarterback in the division. So I'd be all right.
What's going on with this light?
Oh no, it's having.
I know. I'm about to get moved on by some cyber ghosts or something.
Nice.
What's going on? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in some Minshew mania.
It's not, and
Yeah,
again,
right.
we're not saying Minshew over Watson.
Bro, like, what would Minshew cost? Like a 4th rounder? I mean,
Probably. And he's still in the rookie contract. You could lock
Yes.
up.
Right.
And
I mean, you don't. And listen, don't get me wrong, but you don't want Minshew anywhere near Trevor Lawrence. Like, because Minshew will take Trevor Lawrence out and get him a DUI so fast just so he can take his job. like Minshew will fuck
can you
that
see
dude
that
up.
quarterback room and be like, first
Yeah,
of all, you need
like
to grow a badass mustache, brother.
yeah, like and he can't because I don't think Trevor Lawrence can grow any facial hair. Like, I mean,
I don't know how well him and Foles got along because Foles would probably stay at that point. That's the one thing I did like about the rumors of the Carson deal was we were shipping Foles out, but like I said, I think Wentz is just
Trevor Lawrence looks like the love child of Marsha Brady and a horse. It's just like
he's got that look like that dude that played
what he looks like.
Kylo Ren. He's got that kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, it's like blonde Kylo Ren, like,
and the guy from freaking remember the Titans,
Surfer Kylo Ren.
Where would you put the ratings on the quarterbacks as far as like 1 through 5, as far as
available
for this Bears team?
Free agents or have draft. To be traded for?
Let's go draft. Let's go draft. Since you talked Trevor Lawrence.
Put Lawrence at 1.
Yeah, I guess. Although I'm on record as still having weird doubts about Lawrence. I don't know why. I just have this feeling.
Lawrence will go consensus. What is the consensus 1?
Oh, sure.
Who do you think the second quarterback is?
Fields.
I think it's Wilson.
Not Fields.
I think it's Wilson also.
Yeah, I think it's Wilson.
You called him Mormon Mitch, and now
I do think he's fun because teams are stupid, man. They're stuck in their houses watching the same TV as us. People watching BYU getting all hyped about it. Like, come on. He is Mormon Mitch, but that doesn't mean that teams are not stupid.
Wyatt's agreeing with me, so I put Fields too.
They're too scared to pass on him. I'm not saying it shouldn't be
I'll tell you
Fields.
what bothers me about Justin Fields, and you've heard it on other shows, I'm sure, but he does not wow you. I mean, he had a great a great game against Clemson.
But that counts for a good amount.
Good coverage, though, can beat him and confuse him.
But he also doesn't have to wow them. It's Ohio State. They run the shit out of the ball. Like, I mean,
that's another thing. The running game really.
He's not allowed to wow.
Well, anybody. I would say that's why I put him at 3 and not 2.
Listen, again, it's like just because you haven't seen him do it doesn't mean
BYU or Ohio State, bro.
Well, exactly, but you're the one that also discounts Mac Jones because of his, talent.
I'm just talking
around
about
him. Okay.
But
same
what
thing.
What do we think about Mac Jones? Is he the next savior of all NFL teams?
No.
Fields has more experience than Jones, though.
I think Mac. Oh yeah, for sure. I think Mac Jones is a guy that if he falls into the right situation, he can do well. And I don't think he's necessarily a guy you're going to throw out there, and he's just going to go right away. I think he needs to come in and get a chance to grow in a program. But I think
he's not even top 4 though.
I just think he could go. Maybe he is. I just think he could go to the Patriots, and they would turn him into something. If he goes someplace else, I don't really know. Like, is he a Matt Nagy quarterback? I don't really know. Wyatt says Mac Jones is terrible, literally a walking trash can. What slander!
Off the top rope,
flamethrower to Mac Jones. I don't. No, absolutely not.
He needs to go. He needs to have a really good offensive line in front of him. He needs to have weapons, and he has some work to do too. But I think he's going to be good. He seems like a smart quarterback. But
I agree. I agree with what you said. But it's like we've only seen him
or Mac Jones. Trey Lance or Mac Jones.
Trey Lance, bro.
Or Mac
Jones. Depends on where I'm picking.
Trey Lance.
If you're the Bears, where would you have him?
No, where is if I'm at 20, And both those
in your
guys
hierarchy,
fall
if you're looking at your quarterback board,
well, no, but I'm saying,
I think Raul explained it perfectly. Like Mac Jones 10 years ago might be a number 1 overall pick. The league's changed. Like physical attributes matter. Like the physical skills, the guys that you don't think look like a prototypical NFL quarterback are the guys that are succeeding. Allen, and then you have Mahomes. Like these
you
guys.
Saying Allen doesn't look like a prototypical NFL quarterback?
There was a lot of questions about him coming out of college. College, bro. I'm saying these big physical, gifted athletes at quarterback are the future. So you got to take that into account now. Like Mac Jones looks good for your prototypical
Kyler Murray
quarterback, right? Kyler, like
that's not prototypical.
No kidding. I'm saying the game, the way we look at quarterbacks, we have to be a little more open minded now because these guys, if they get good coaching in the NFL level, you can take those attributes and just because the modern quarterback is a playmaker as much as anything, not just a facilitator. Like the quarterbacks of the past, the quote unquote prototypical guys are more of facilitator, and now they want quarterbacks that can. I mean, you kind of have to be able to beat modern defenses in more than one way. Or you have to have insane accuracy. Like you're either Tom Brady, who can just sit there and laser you to death, like little short laser shots. Eventually, one of them's going to bust, and then when you start crunching in on the middle, pew over the top on the edge, he can do that. I mean, even Mahomes with his crazy Superman shit. And I get it. Like Mac Jones could be Brady-esque. I'm not talking about all the Super Bowl trophies, but I do get the.
It's not like he's Kyle Trask and the ball's wobbly ass and every receiver has to make a circus catch on it. I mean, he's you watch him throw the ball and it looks good. That's all I know.
He's the fifth on my list. I just think Trey Lance has more physical.
I'm just saying Mac Jones goes in the first round.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I do. If he's there at 30, somebody's taking him. He might be 32.
I don't think he is.
Teddy Bridgewater territory when he was drafted.
I'd be surprised if he got to us.
Vikings traded back into the first round to pick up Bridgewater.
Right. The same thing happened with your buddy Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
And that's smart. Why it's so full of shit. He says shit I was thinking of Trask. You dick.
Wah, wah, wah.
And
that's why you're a Vikings fan.
Let's talk about Lance being Mitch 2.0. Like every time I bring up a mobile quarterback with a Kramer, it's like Mitch 2.0.
I think
Lance is better than freaking Mitch out of college. I think, man. Like if you watch, he hits people in stride. Like Mitch, still in college, guys are turning around with the ball.
You get with the on-field experience is one of the.
I think that's more the
Lance has more starts, doesn't he?
Yeah. No.
I think it's 20.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't done the research on him in that way. That's what I think people are comping though is their experience.
Diddy's got some good research coming out here shortly, right?
What's that?
I thought you said you've been digging deep in the chat.
So I already talked a little bit about the Minshew stuff and how I think he's developed. I've already said what I had to say. I just say it quick.
Wyatt says he's lived in the NDSU community. They said he's not ready.
That's fair.
I
don't think he's. I think he's fourth on the list. I'm projecting what they're going to be in the NFL. Right. I don't think he's right for us because I don't think Nagy and you might think they have more time. I don't know, man. I don't think they have that kind of time. They need to prove something this year to move forward.
I think they need to prove a little something, or they have to show that they have some spot on top notch TV
I think Trey's
quality.
the guy that needs to sit. He can't just come and rip right off.
Yes. But here's what I'm saying is that if all they have to show is some progress or a plan, all they need to show George and Ted is that the collaboration is on point and that that everybody's rowing in the same direction and the culture's great. And look at this shiny video we put out. And look at this, look at Dad. The Science Fair project is going fucking fantastic. Like, the cash register is chinging away. Because, like, listen, everybody can get all mad as hell, right? And scream at the top of their lungs and threaten to, take away their fandom and cancel their season tickets, and George is like, bolt up, bitches. Like, everybody can get so angry and so down and so dark and so ready to do something stupid about this team, and all they have to do is fire up one Devin Hester highlight reel, and we are back. Like, we are just like, I'm so sorry, baby. I don't know what happened. I got crazy.
Yeah,
like,
fire pace, fire neck. We need a quarterback.
It's you and me forever. Yeah, it's like, it takes, all they have to do, like, if they have another 2018 type of year.
Patterson releases a shirt. It's all good. We love him.
Yeah, Patterson. Oh, how about them Bears? It's like, bro, how about you're a free agent? Like, what are you doing? Like,
he put that out there. It's like, well, when the ink dries on your contract, I'll consider it.
And I like Cordarrelle, and I hope they bring him back. But I'm just saying, like, okay, like what? Like,
he's not fucking around either. His marketing skills. He's like, 1 hour sale tomorrow for my shirts. You guys requested them. They sold out the first time. Like, jump on.
Right.
Interesting name here on this part.
He's not. They're not going to trade him.
I would give up 20 for him.
They're not going to trade him. They'll Trent Brown his ass before they trade him.
I almost want to ask Wyatt, like, what he thinks about. I'll ask him later. Fuck it.
Bring him on. I don't care.
Nah.
Yeah, bring him on. Send him an invite, Jer, if he wants to come on.
Oh, well, yeah. He's probably doing something important.
I was going to ask him. I just want to see what if it's a family thing. Like, I was going to ask him about Lamar. What he thinks about him. Like, is it like a mobile quarterback hatred?
Yeah, does Wyatt know that Jer is the Lamar hater, A1 Lamar Jackson hater?
Yo, Jer, if Lamar Jackson became available and the Bears,
I'd take him.
Right,
I would take him.
That's all.
But you're never gonna win nothing with Lamar. Nope.
You're not gonna win a Super Bowl with him. No.
Oh God. Oh God.
You're never gonna win nothing with. It's such a weird hill to die on.
Let's see.
How you want quarterback put up? You want 1,200 yards rushing? Because he can do that. Like, our running game would be better. Our pass, he'd probably
watch A-Rob with Lamar next season. It's gonna be.
There's your answer. He likes Lamar.
Why? Of course, he likes Lamar because the kid knows what's up. That's what's up. He knows what's up. Who in their right mind would be like,
gonna run triple option all the way to the Super Bowl, boys?
Triple
option.
We can't
even get out of the fucking first round.
They're not running no triple option. The Bears are running triple option. Fucking Bears are running veer.
Oh, like, Nagy would get he'd have to wallpaper his over again. He would love that.
Oh, they wouldn't know what to do.
He's got new company in there.
Bro, there was Carmen and Yurko had fucking Sean Payton on today. I didn't hear the whole thing, but it was great. He was talking about stealing the play from the Bears and talking about the 17 draft and like. Yo, it was crazy. You should listen to it. He was talking about how they were targeting Lattimore, but the next guy on their board was Mahomes, and they were like, "Shit!" If they were having real conversations about whether or not to take Lattimore or Mahomes, because they were at 11, and then the Chiefs traded up to 10, and they were like, "Well, that's it. There's not any Mahomes anymore." So now we're taking Lattimore, and obviously that was a good pick too. But then they took Kamara in that same draft,
right?
Who we should have fucking taken, but we traded up to get Mitch. They had the Saints had like a home run draft, and that's what's crazy is they've had insane drafts. They have the franchise quarterback,
and that's where he came from.
Still only won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that's where Pace came from, and it's like
right. But you could argue, and some people have done this, that they got better when he left. like Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton just did their thing without fucking weirdo Pace, like, you know, going off and sneaky drafting people on his own.
If you don't think teams are like, yeah, this guy, take him.
Or like maybe the dynamic in New Orleans was that they just never let him say shit.
Speaking of
So,
New
like-
Orleans, did you see that Keem was talking to another defensive end over there
That
via
we can't
social
afford?
media?
Cam Jordan? Yeah, he always talks to him.
Well, he's kind of like, hey, come to Chicago.
Oh.
You know, putting in the pitch.
But he's not a free agent, is he?
Well, imagine with that cap situation, he might become
Yeah,
available.
they do have a rough cap situation, but like, I don't know. Like they're
I think Breeze is going to restructure. He's probably going to retire, but he's going to restructure.
He already restructured. He already
that
converted.
freed up some
salary.
space for them.
That was like $25 million, but it wasn't. They got anyway. They'll figure the shit out, but I don't.
It was just
see,
newsworthy. I thought. It's
it's interesting. I don't see
Players
Cam Jordan
politicking.
on the Bears. Like I don't see that.
Yeah, Monty had a weird flex this week too. He had people
Isn't
thinking,
it weird flex? He's just like Monty is like a stoner, and that's cool. Like I don't mind him. He's a goofy kid,
oh no, I wasn't
like-
mad. I figured he just made a mistake in the way he
right? Like I mean, if I was most of these current players, I'd be like, I would just not tweet. Like,
Well, yeah, because everything gets turned into like
Yeah.
that quote tweet is like overreaction in 3, 2, 1, and it was just,
and then he had to
Oh my
delete
God.
it. He had to delete it. It was so
I just meant to
bananas.
say, I love Chicago. Like,
Right. Meanwhile, and then you got Tariq eating banana and mayonnaise sandwiches and like, you know, just being Tariq, like, you know,
Tariq
it's
came
like,
out and posted, I talked to Pace and Nagy. I'm good. I'm not leaving. Like, I'm like, wow. Like,
yo, he called their ass up. Props to Tariq. Tariq's like, what the fuck? Like,
hey man, that's how it happens to them.
No,
You
yeah,
gotta
he said-
imagine.
he said, what the fuck? He's like, he's sitting there going, what the fuck? I left money on the table for A-Rob, you know, or so he thinks he did. Like, yo, he was like, called him up like, bro, what is going on? Is this real? And they're like, no, man, it's not real. Like, relax. We just talking to them. Like, chill the fuck out. Chill out. And then he chilled out, you know, but it was funny that he was like that real with it. It was like, yo, I talked to them. We're good. Like, and you know, and honestly, like, I thought he did wipe his whole social media. I guess he didn't. I guess he does that. I don't
Howard
know.
did
That's
that.
like
Remember when Howard did that and everybody was crying?
yeah, but that was real though, because he did leave.
Yeah.
Like, that was legit. But with Tariq, I guess he does it, and now he just does all his shit on Reels. Like, so he's basically turned Instagram into TikTok. Like, you know, doesn't leave the posts up anymore. He just has like one post up with this girl in the pool. I don't know. So I thought it was wiped. It looked wiped as hell, and I was like, oh, he wiped this thing, and everybody ran with it, got retweeted a bunch, and then he was like, oh no, I do that every few months. I was like, oh, okay, check. I guess I don't really look at your Instagram. Like, oops. You know, but that's how it is. We're so nuts, like just
Oh, yeah.
crazed.
No, we want a quarterback.
The
God damn.
fan is short for fanatic. You know?
Yeah, but there's like,
Logical thought goes right out the window.
this
All you have to do is
thirst.
go on Bears Twitter for 5 minutes.
This thirst. This thirst for the fucking.
So I don't know about you guys. Wentz is out for me, man. I know this
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
out
good
on Wentz.
I mean, I put that poll up. It was like Mariota 168%.
And that's not
right,
just,
and that was a lot of
now,
votes. It's
How
like
many votes did
2,000
you get?
votes.
3,500.
Damn, I thought it was only like 2,000. That's a lot of
Yeah.
votes.
That
Like-
got people talking, man. But like, yeah, the 68% of that was Mariota over
Just-
Wentz.
I don't want Wentz. Like, dude is damaged goods.
Yeah,
I want,
Like,
I want
years
Carl
and-
Watson. Yes, absolutely. But
Like, talking about Watson's, like, I just don't see it. Like,
why would they give him up? And
I
there was
mean,
something that was released tonight on SI.com. I sent it to you guys. Like, if it's anybody now that came out that Houston only trading him to the Jets. So
Which
if they
kind of
did.
makes sense because they have draft capital.
well, apparently we could just trade for Dak Prescott. That's what I was told. That's what Nesby was all up and fucking, bowed up saying, obviously the Bears should trade for Dak Prescott. And the Bears will just swoop in before anybody else and throw 2 first-round picks on the table and walk away with Dak Prescott. And they'll sign him to a long-term deal, and
If
it'll
Russell
be
Wilson negotiations don't go well, that would be our backup.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like that's just how it's gonna go. Like, you know, and then I was like,
why
well,
don't I
what
have
if,
an offensive line?
yeah, but then what if exactly like Dak playing behind our offensive line? He's to be like, what is all this? What the fuck? Like,
Right.
I'm not used to
We're
this.
talking about the Russell Wilson thing.
All of it, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, neither one of them is happening.
Right.
Like, they're not trading. It's like, and if Dak does go on the market, the other teams who maybe you thought weren't even interested are going to be like, hold up. We have first round picks right over here. Hello.
Miami.
We also have those.
Miami's got a shit ton of them.
Right. And there's fucking, and it's like, oh, well, Miami fucking, they're never going to give up on Tua. Why do you think that? Because they already gave up on him, kind of. Like,
Benched him twice.
you don't make that decision when you made it, and then you can't even stick to your guns.
Available. Let's not.
Right.
Crazy.
Like if you have Tua and Dak becomes available, you're taking Dak. Bye, Tua.
Yep.
Like there'll be another Tua next year in the draft. There'll just be another guy like that.
Wrong,
like
if Dak was available, yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, and that's what you worry about with Mac Jones is like Tua doesn't look very special away from Alabama.
Dak, not
Right. Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, to some degree, I think the way that Tua looks kind of reminds you, like, oh, he doesn't look so great away from Alabama. You know what I mean?
And
like,
you can't. I know it's. We're just saying, like, Bama quarterbacks. Yes, that is in the back of my mind. Like, they usually aren't that great, but
right.
There's going to be one eventually, and I could see Mac Jones being very good. I just think he needs a little more than what we have here to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, there's just that thing where, like, most college players, once they step on the NFL field, it's like it just looks. It's like it takes a second for your eyes to adjust. You're like, oh, wow, he doesn't seem good anymore at all. Like, you know, because
our tackles are rough, bro.
Right, like this. But I'm just saying, like the speed, like, you know, all of a sudden you're facing the best defensive lineman from every school you ever faced.
Right.
I mean, like that's and the best linebackers from every school you ever faced.
Well,
like
what makes it so
like,
funny that people that bring up the Alabama could beat X team in the NFL. No.
Oh, no fucking
really.
way. No fucking way. Like you're talking about grown ass men and fucking doughy guys with knee braces on and shit. Like, you know, and like the pride, just on sheer pride, bro. Like an NFL team would crush Alabama. 17-year-old kids, talking about 28, 30-year-old men with that kind of pride on the line. Oh, it would be ugly, bro. Those kids, Alabama would be crying by halftime. Like, like they don't understand how these dudes that are in the league are like hardened by that shit. You know, like you make it through, you know, like you make it from a fifth round draft pick to stick on a team, you're hardened.
Yep.
Alabama didn't know about that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
like, about Mike Pettin.
Oh, okay.
The bald head army grows. Apparently, to be hired by the Bears in this.
If I was the side though, like, oh, he's gonna bring back Vic Steve, and then they bring the senior guy in. It's like,
it's a little weird. I think it's like it's like some weird Big Brother like mentoring. I'm sure there's
Pettin brings aggressiveness, which I like that aspect.
He brings information.
He does bring information, and I think that's a good thing. I think I don't. But we have all the information we need on Aaron Rodgers. Like it's not like we don't understand.
Defense,
but they're about to change their defense. So what good is that?
Their personnel ain't gonna change. They know he knows what's there.
Bro, we know what's there. It's not. We don't. He doesn't have any information.
We know what's there, but we can't do anything.
He's just a steady hand for the side.
It's a sounding board because when you look at and that's partially because Nagy is still an inexperienced coach. And when Fangio was there, I guarantee you he didn't fucking go into the defensive room ever.
Right.
Like he was like, y'all good over there? Have a good one. Like, he was not in the defensive room. Like, he left that shit alone. He left Vic alone. And that's why they jumped at hiring Pagano, because they wanted a trusted, veteran voice that's, steady, been through the wars. That Nagy could just leave the defense alone.
But Nagy has to lead the defense alone. That's part of the equation here too. You bring in Pet, and he can be a go-between, and Nagy can focus on the offense that needs to be fixed.
But
I like it. I think it's a great hire. I think it's a good hire for Desai.
I mean, the question. Oh, I'm good with it. I'm fine with it. I don't have a problem with the hire. I just think the question is, like, is Nagy going to continue to be a head coach, or is he going to go back to being like psychopath in the playroom in his basement? Like, is he?
He likes psychopath.
Yeah, he likes crazy guy. Like, crazy guy, he's all about being the fucking, Zodiac killer in the basement with his play cards. Like,
whatever works, bro. I don't care how it's accomplished. He could be the most psycho motherfucker in the world. Like, just get the offense right.
I guess, but I'm just wondering what he's going to do.
I mean, the quarterback that comes in will take at least 3 to 4 years for him to get the offense to master it.
Yeah, apparently, right?
Hey, bring in Alex Smith.
Oh, he'll still take
like,
him.
I don't understand. Like, it's almost like, is Nagy the victim of some curse? Because how could you have Mahomes saying all these great things about Nagy, how he was so great for him, and coached him up and this and that, and got all this out of him. I mean, how could that be the case? And then
they're just going to try to make Nick Foles work again. We're talking all this shit.
I mean, there's a decent chance that that's what they get left with. I mean, there's a good chance that the musical chairs ends and the Bears have nobody to sit down next to except for fucking Foles. Like, and whoever they bring in.
I would, at that point, I would hope if Minshew was available, we'd bring him in to compete.
I put up a thing today, throwing up. People love to throw up Carson Wentz's 2017 like it's fucking relevant. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, you want to talk about 5 years ago, 4 years ago? Shit, that's crazy. Like, let's talk about 4 years ago, right? Look at Case Keenum's year in Minnesota. I put it up without putting what the numbers are, and people were like, oh wow, like, they forget about that shit.
Yep.
Like, dudes in the league throw up 4,000-yard years like it's nothing.
Correct.
Like 4,000, 25, and 10 isn't even good anymore.
You don't even have to compare him to another quarterback, though. If you look at that roster from 17 in Philly, he had a lot of talent around him. He had a very good offensive line, but when those things went away last year, right, there was a lot of moving injuries on the offensive line, young receivers. The amount of money they signed him to, you should have a quarterback that can still make people better around him. He needs talent around him still. And they overpaid. They paid him like a franchise quarterback. Now they're trying to unload that shit. He's not that. He hasn't been that guy yet. He's not a guy that's going to elevate his team. He needs guys around him, kind of similar to Foles. He needs talent around him. His mechanics are so fucked, dude. Like, he has a very wide stance when he releases the ball. He pigeon toes when he releases. Like, there's a lot of mechanical shit that shouldn't be happening at this point in his career. And injuries have probably factored into that. He's had leg and back, but that he has a wicked wide ass stride. There's a lot to fix there, and I don't even know where he's at mentally. We're hearing rumors coming out of Philly that he was changing plays, not getting along with the coach.
Yeah. Well, what I heard is that he's been very polarizing in Philly. There's players that like him a lot, and there's players that don't like him a lot. And there's been people that have gone on record both ways, which is kind of fucked up. Like, when you got people going on record and basically being like, yeah, I don't like this guy. Like, it's like, damn, okay. Like, that's something. I mean, because like, he didn't win that Super Bowl, so he didn't have that cachet.
Dude, every time he gets to playoffs, twice hurt, and then he actually played his first playoff game, and then McCown ended up having to come. Like,
it's kind of like how Romo would choke in the playoffs all the time. You know what I mean? Like,
and you need a backup, and the guy, like, you can't keep Foles here. You'd have to get rid of Foles. He won't want that whole ghost of Foles thing.
No, like, yeah, That's just it screams no, like on so many levels, but we're just so thirsty. Like for a while I convinced myself, I was even kind of convincing myself that he could be better than Carr, and then it's like, what am I talking about? Like,
I'd rather, much rather.
I mean, Johns did a great article on Athletic about, just kind of breaking him down, and Carr is, he when you really look at it, he's like head and shoulders above these guys. You know what I mean? Like he really is. Like he gets knocked for throwing a lot of short passes and this and that, but he actually throws more deep than any of those guys. When you're talking about Wentz and Trubisky, I'd be
very happy if we got Carr, man. I just don't.
Right.
Why? Like, what did you say, Jerry? 3-1 interception ratio.
Yeah.
Touchdown interception. He's thrown the last 3 seasons he's had over 4,000 yards.
Yeah. I mean,
they're not going to give that up. Why would you give that up?
I don't know. I don't know why you give it up, but
the only reason. Like
they cut an $11.5 million player today, Tyrell Williams, that a lot of people had as being a part of trade packages and things like that. So
crazy.
I mean, there's a point where I think coaches and GMs become kind of cognizant of the fact that teams are, fan bases and ownership are, they kind of just shift the blame around. You know what I mean? So it's like it's either the quarterback or it's the defense or it's the assistant coaches or it's the coaches. You know what I mean? So if they go around the room and, like you just sit there and you go, okay, I'm John Gruden. I got a 10-year contract. I've already gotten like 2 or 3 of those years out of the way. How much further is Carr going to take us? Like how far can they really go with this current, so they're basically like, we're going to get rid of Carr a year too early rather than a year too late. That's why you would do it, because you already kind of see into the future and you realize, look, we are now, they're kind of in a similar situation that the Bears are with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers quarterbacks. They now have to contend with Mahomes. Like, that I don't think Carr can take you to the promised land. So even though it might hurt the short term, it's like you get rid of him early because they're not going to sign him to another contract. Like, really? I don't think they would. So even though I think it hurts the short term, that's why they might do it. But they're still going to have to get the value out of him. Right. They're not just going to do it to do it. So you're talking 2 firsts. Mm-hmm. And again, this is where we run into this fucking problem with the Bears. It's like our 2 first-round picks are shit.
Well, the first one is for sure. We don't know about the second one.
Well, let's be honest. If you add Derek Carr to the current Bears roster, even if you don't have Allen Robinson, like let's say you go and you sign Marvin Jones or Demarcus Robinson or somehow Corey Davis. Yeah. So you don't have a $20 million possession receiver. You know what I mean? Like you don't, like you have, Mr. like, I never get targeted in the red zone. It's like, maybe it's because you're never open.
Dude, we were talking. I remember people shitting on Alshon. Alshon said, "I'd like to stay in Chicago for the rest of my career." When he was asked in the media, he wasn't really too crazy on Twitter about shit. Like if Alshon pulled what A-Rob sometimes pulls on Twitter, that he would have been blasted. Everybody's like,
"Oh, yeah."
A-Rob be like, "I'm going to the store. I love you, A-Rob. I love you, A-Rob."
The simpery. It's like,
oh my god.
And then I love when they flip to like
when the chick says she's divorced on Twitter. Oh,
right. It's like nobody cares. Like nobody fucking cares. Like, these people on Twitter, like they'll get to the point where they're like, "Hey,
Juan is like the leader of the pack with that shit." Like,
I don't know anything about that.
You just go like, but some of them are like, bro. Some of them are just like, you go, A-Rob, you go be free. Go to a new team. I hope you have more success than with our stinky old Bears. You're the best, A-Rob. Your charities and blah, 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 blah. It's like, fuck out of here.
Reality. Alshon still has a better season than A-Rob.
Yes. And you know what? Give me a receiver that's an asshole but produces on the field. It's like, I just said what I said. You don't get targeted in the red zone because you're never open. That's why. Like, and Mitch sucks, but you're also not open, bro. You don't get any separation.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely lost
Like
that.
every throw to him is tight window because he gets no separation. Is he a fantastic receiver? Absolutely.
I like A-Rod. I think he does
Right.
deserve a better quarterback, but like that's a lot of
Right.
money.
I mean, I just said I'd love to see him with Lamar. I mean, that would be
Franchise,
sick.
boys, franchise.
$18 million tied up in him. So then you got to restructure a team.
He's in the video, man. He's already a part of it.
I know, right? The fucking video, right? The video comes out, no quarterback in the video. They're like, we're ready for
everybody.
2021.
Well, it goes right along with what your shirt says.
Yeah,
Everything else, no quarterback.
quarterback and winning. And
Oh, sure.
it's both everything but winning in the court. Oh, they're the same. The Notre
They're
Dame's
the
pretty
same.
much the same. No winning and no quarterbacks.
No running backs, really.
Bears of
I'm
South
sorry.
Bend.
Did IU fan say something?
Yeah, sure did.
IU's become a real factory.
Yeah.
You better watch out.
It's happening.
You better watch out. What's that guy? They got Michael Penis coming back.
Panex.
Here. Michael Penis is coming back to skeet on him.
Yeah, just fuck y'all up.
Michael,
The fuck y'all up.
Eating on that. What are they in the Big 12? What are they? What are they in
They're
the
in
MAC?
the Big
The
Ten.
MAC South,
The Big Ten.
the MAC West. What
The
are they?
same. The only team that beat them last year was Ohio State. So
Mac Jones.
Oh, you mean all the 5 games they played?
no, they played more than 5.
Did they play more than 5?
Yes, they did.
6? They put
Ohio
up the
State
big-
played 5 and had exceptions made for them.
They played like the fucking freshman football schedule.
Hey, if we get if,
No,
if
they
we get Mac,
played. They beat Michigan. They beat Wisconsin.
Everybody beats Michigan.
oh,
Well,
God.
oh, but we all want Harbaugh.
Then-
We want Jim Harbaugh.
Nobody wants Harbaugh. Harbaugh's like, fuck all that. I'm gonna show.
Jim Harbaugh's a great coach.
I think he is a great coach.
Yeah, obviously he can't get kids to play for him, so grown ass men
It's
are gonna be like, "Yeah,
Michigan.
we're tired of
It's-
your shit."
Bro, Michigan hasn't been good since Desmond
I kinda-
Howard.
You know what though? I like Jared's little shade when he doesn't like something. Like it's all right. Mobile quarterbacks,
Just
Jim
sticks to his
Harbaugh.
guns.
I like
Yeah.
mobile quarterbacks. The guy's not. Guy's running back that throws the football. I don't care.
Oh, that is so
God.
fucking dated, bro. You're on some Michael
Oh,
Vick. We
what
don't
the
want him in the league
fuck?
shit.
I didn't say I didn't
Bro.
want him in the league. I didn't say he wasn't good.
Oh my God, you're like Fuzzy Zeller right now, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Settle down. Settle down.
Dude, come on.
He's a running back that throws football. Come on, Jer.
Give me
He won the
somebody
MVP,
there. Give me
bro.
somebody. You want to go
Huh.
like that, you
He
know?
won MVP. Not MVP, MVP.
Yes. Yo, speaking of this, did we talk about the streaker?
Did we even talk about
in
the Super Bowl?
Bowl?
We didn't even talk about the Super Bowl. Yo,
Nothing
the
to
Super
talk
Bowl.
about.
The Super
Tom
Bowl
just
was
said-
boring as fuck.
Tom
Yep.
just said, "I'm getting another ring."
Yeah, Tom was like, "Oh, that's mine, son." I mean,
Yeah.
it's like what we said, man. Like the offensive line injuries were just too much. The Tampa's defense is playing off their ass. That Vita
Dude.
Vea is playing off his ass.
Big plays up
JPP,
front matter, man.
yeah, JPP is a force. This Super Bowl was yet another reminder that anybody who thinks defense doesn't fucking matter, you're tripping balls. Like defense still matters. Running backs still fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like you telling me running backs don't matter when like the Chiefs are like every running back that comes on the market, they're like, oh cool, let's get him. Let's get him. Let's get that guy. LaShawn McCoy won another fucking Super Bowl as an inactive. Back to back. Like
And
he
you,
just
you look at what Tom Brady did. Tom Brady's never gonna wow anybody. He's just he. And this is where I can see the like for Mac Jones. Mac Jones can be this kind of guy where he distributes. He'll take the shot when it opens because it eventually will. Like I can see Mac Jones being that type of quarterback. I'm not.
how do we get back to Mac Jones?
Because I can
How do we
see
get from the Super Bowl
because
to fucking Mac
we're
Jones?
talking about the
Brady
recipe of
Brady,
what Tampa
bro.
Bay did. We're talking about the recipe.
Yeah.
The running
Cannabis
game,
sativa is
the
the
defense.
recipe.
in a quarterback that can manage the game and do a really good job of managing.
Right. Well, here's the thing: is that I think Kansas City's defense played pretty good because they shut down Godwin, they shut down Evans. The thing that you have to have is that's what you have to go is like 3 offensive weapons deep, 3 real threats deep. The Super Bowl teams have 3 or 4 real offensive threats that are not the quarterback. And that's why Gronk was the difference maker.
Boy, the Chiefs look awful Bears-like. I mean, let's be honest. Oh, look at this.
I'm here.
What's going on? Why it's in the house? But
Nothing.
But that's what I'm saying is that like that's what Tampa had is they had that next weapon. And I think the Chiefs definitely didn't play horrible on defense, but eventually, they just got to them because the Tampa just has too many weapons. And Tampa's defense was just manhandling the Chiefs. I mean, and Mahomes was still fucking heroic. I mean, dude had the most exciting incompletions of all time.
I mean, guys just weren't catching off.
JPP laid 3 fingers on him more than once.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he 3-toed slothed his ass like 3 times. It's like, whack. Dude, but the throw, I mean, it was literally like some Matrix shit. He's fucking it was like a shortstop, like turning the double play, just like flying across the bag, like whip, and then he hits dude in the face mask. Like, are you kidding me?
They handled his girl on Twitter the next day, though. She tried popping off about ESPN, dude.
Yeah.
They handled her. Like, there's a picture of Brady with his hands around her stomach with Mahomes on the picture of the baby.
Yeah.
She needs to realize that after she had that screaming video of her go viral, she needs to not talk like on Twitter because Twitter will ruin her, which they just did. Like, it's like, honey, like you just married a $500 million contract. Like, just relax. Chill the fuck out. Find some life. NFL wife friends. Like, get on the yacht, drink drinks, do your thing, run a charity. I don't know. I don't know what you want to do. Buy pink cars, drive around. I mean, it sounds sexist as hell. Start a charity. Fucking, cure cancer for all I fucking care. Stay off Twitter. That's easy.
How about Tom Brady partying up?
Bro, that Bucs whole line was ridiculous that whole game. They wiped people off the face of the earth the whole game.
Well, that's the thing it's like, it's just crazy because it's like, and then people were like, oh, the Bears beat the Super Bowl champs. Like, Bears win the Super Bowl. But then you sit there and go, how the fuck did the Bears beat them?
They beat them by not blitzing Tom Brady. They rushed 4.
Right.
And that's where Spagnuolo fucked up. Can't blitz Brady.
Well, yeah. No,
unless you're Charles Woodson and they make the tuck rule.
Diddy said it whenever we played him. It's like, you can't blitz him. You can't do it. Why can't you do it? And that's why.
Right. Well, and that's the way he laser beams you.
Yeah, Rodgers too. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, well, Rodgers rolls out and kills you. Fucking Brady just laser beams you to death. Like,
Brady rolls you to sleep. Yeah, and throws it 50 yards down the field.
Right. It's like death by 1,000 cuts, and then he just cuts your head off.
And he's got 5 guys that can all run 40-yard routes and make
Oh, and it's like, and then if everything breaks down, I have the big fucking Shrek dude out there.
2 + 2 is 3. My name's Gronk.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing OJ Howard. They had him hurt. Imagine if they had OJ still.
Oh, yeah, like, I mean, it's stupid. I love how they're all like, we're all coming back. So it's like, oh, you're coming back until Tampa tells you to take that team-friendly deal, right? And then they're like, maybe we're going to play for the Jaguars. Like
Jacksonville.
Yeah, like, they're at Saxonville, baby. Like, come on. Like, they're not taking pay cuts. Like, Godwin's not going to be like, yes, I'll play for, fucking $9 million a year to hang with Brady. Like, this isn't the NBA. That contract's not guaranteed.
You know what though? You know what's cool? Like, and I hate the Patriots, and I hate the persona and like what Brady was up here near me in New England here. But like, it was cool to see him finally on a team where he could let loose.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Throw the Super Bowl.
It's nice to see him away from the
all
evil-
drunk and
yeah.
shit. Patriots are
Yeah.
like lockdown with everything.
Dude,
Right.
They'll
he was
drive
having
buses
fun
around
for a while.
Boston and wave to fans. Like that was cool to
Yeah.
see Brady like just cut loose, man.
Yeah, no, it definitely humanized him. Like, it's cool to see him away from the evil emperor. Like,
Doesn't take away from him
you know.
kissing the kid all weird and shit a couple years back, but
Dude, did you see all his kids let the mask on the whole time?
mm-hmm.
They got so much hate for that. They had to.
why?
For getting kissed on the lips, I mean.
Oh, I thought you
By
said
his-
they had
No,
masks.
that's why they had them on, so they didn't get kissed during the
Oh, I was gonna say, good for them for wearing the mask.
Yo, but it's crazy. And like, it's crazy how Tampa got that like injunction against the COVID pandemic for the celebrations. Like, it's wild. Like, I mean, I guess Florida's just a fucking free for all anyway. But they're just all down there, like,
I mean, they had a shit ton of people in the stadium anyway for the Super Bowl.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just thought it was funny. Like, you watch that and you're like,
on those boats though.
yeah, it's like, where is this happening? What alternate reality is this shit going on in? Oh, y'all are just down there on boats partying, huh? Like, literally.
Florida.
I
Well,
know, but
they're
like,
all
it's.
tested though. If it's just the players, they're all tested.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad at him for it. It's just a trip to see. Like, I'm not trying to be on some, oh, why are they doing the wrong thing?
Well,
I'm just saying, like, it's a trip. Like, it's
a
like,
trip.
wow.
Things have been so crazy for a freaking
Right.
year with
Especially
lockdown.
especially like here sitting in fucking 3 feet of snow and it's like -6 degrees and you're watching this dude like who looks like every Florida golf real estate dude ever, like just winning the Super Bowl.
Or potential
Like-
mass murderer. depending
Yeah,
on-
like I mean, he is like it's like if khaki shorts was a person, that would be
Dude.
Tom Brady.
He
You know what I
didn't- he
mean?
didn't
Like-
play in college, basically. Like he was a 6th-round pick. Like
Right.
he's always defied the odds.
like-
and now he's like
if-
in his 40s,
right.
still winning Super Bowls. It's insane.
What about Winfield throwing up the deuces at Tyreek Hill? I thought it was great.
We wanted Winfield so bad, man.
Yeah.
We were
So did we.
yeah, I'm sure you guys did. Like I like Komet, but God, Winfield is
Oh,
good.
I wanted Chin, but yeah.
Either way, Chin is also fucking good. Chin is killing it for the Panthers.
No.
Both those dudes, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're safety. Why do you want a safety? Safety." Because these dudes are badass. That's why. Like these dudes are playing and changing games for
Yeah,
their teams.
Eddie got soft when Eddie got money.
Of course, fucking Deion Sanders. I mean, it's like Deion Sanders without the turnovers.
Yeah,
Just
Eddie's
let's
prime
dive
time
deep-
without the interceptions.
right. That's what I
Dive
just
deep
said.
in the Vikings Twitter over there, Viqueen.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
going
God.
on? You guys
Who
are
you drafting? You got what?
13th. I think we're looking at like Wyatt Davis from Ohio State, but like I said on my comment a while ago, that I think if we pass on him, you guys will take him.
You think that?
he's
So
a beast.
there was a thing that happened a little while ago that I was commenting on, and it kind of cooled off. But there was a thought process that the 49ers could trade for Cousins. And that basically the Vikings would get Garoppolo, but then cut him. Basically, the Vikings would be waving the flag in a way and saying, you know what, like again, like I don't know if you were listening before, but I was saying like they get rid of Carr early. Same deal. Get rid of Cousins now because you realize where's he really taking us. Dalvin Cook's still young. They have they hit a home run with the receiver that they picked. Like, rather just start a mini rebuild early, which you're already kind of on, instead of living through another year of expensive-ass Kirk Cousins if you could dump his salary. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we keep Cousins because we get Michael Pierce back, Danielle Hunter back, Eric Kendricks back, Anthony Barr back, Mike Hughes back. We get a whole freaking defense back that we're 4 All-Pros in there that are coming back. And, I mean, Cousins led a 4th-ranked offense with Cook. I'm not going to rip on him. He only threw 4 picks after the first 3 weeks. I mean,
Right.
I can deal with what he did. It's
And that's Vikings talk.
But do you, think? But I'm just saying, like, do you think
quarterbacks have thrown the past 4 years? So
that's true? But again,
Man, we get
4,000
Minshew, we have
yards.
the second best quarterback. in
Yeah,
the
but
league.
like
no,
yeah,
4,000 yards is like hitting 40 home runs in the steroid era.
Unless
I'm
you're
not. I
Chicago.
wasn't talking about yards. I'm talking about just touchdowns. He led us down the field. He had the third most fourth quarter drives to take the lead, and it's a defense blowing it.
Not against the
points.
He's not a good fourth quarter quarterback. Come on.
He had his best year of his career this year.
Well, honestly, I don't watch anything but him against the Bears, and he's trash against us.
Yeah, he plays bad against the Bears. But credit to you guys. You guys have a good defense.
Right. I mean, that's a great point. I don't really think about all those dudes coming back from injury, but where was the Vikings defense ranked this season? They weren't that bad.
They were like 30th.
Were they that bad? Fuck.
Dude, we were like 31st in pass defense.
I didn't realize they got that bad. I mean, I knew the secondary was like.
We signed 4 freaking corners from free agency because we were running out of them.
Yeah. I knew the secondary was trash, but I just didn't really – I guess I didn't really think about all the injuries.
You guys had more sacks in the game.
The Vikings rated 27th.
You guys had more sacks, I think, in 2 weeks than we did the whole season. We didn't have a pass rusher.
How excited are we to see Jared Goff in the division? That's good news. So excited.
That can't throw a ball more than 10 yards.
That's going to be awesome. The Lions just got so much worse.
Maybe.
No, they did.
Okay, they got worse for this next season.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
They did get first-round picks. I will give them credit. They got a hell of a deal. That's what people asked Watson out of it.
I think they got I like the deal because really, what were they going to do this season?
Lose.
Right. So,
they do that every year.
Right. I mean, I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that they could have gotten 2 first-round picks for Stafford without taking Goff's contract.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at it, I think they maybe jumped the gun a little too early, with the way
you could, because there's no trade clauses there. He doesn't have a huge cap hit if you cut him. Now,
no, that's true. The contract's not that terrible for them,
and the Rams took money back, I believe.
Yeah, it's not bad for them. I'm happy to see Goff in the division because he sucks.
It's funny. He went from living in L.A. and palm trees to going to fucking Detroit.
He's gonna live in a ridiculous house in the suburbs of Detroit. He'll be just fine.
Still in Detroit, though. It's just bad. What do you think? What do you think? Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson were like, "I'm retiring. I'm getting the hell out of here. If you won't trade me, I'm gone."
Because the organization's fucking, trash.
Four-wheeler Matt Patricia's gone.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that's automatic 2 wins. As I said, I'm sorry, but it's automatic 4 wins, 2 against the Vikings and 2 against the Lions as far as the Bears are concerned. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I think, and that's what we're basically hoping is that our defense comes back. And then they figure out somebody at quarterback that can just be middle of the pack.
We're getting Eddie back, too.
Right, getting Goldman back. I think they re-signed to Sean Gibson. I don't think Quinn could possibly be worse.
Pierce was our biggest loss from last year. We went from having a defensive tackle that we just signed that's been an all-pro for 4 years, going out for COVID protocol because he has lung issues. And that dude weighs 365 pounds. Now you go down to 2D tackles that barely are over 300 and just get mauled around by 350 pound offensive linemen.
That was our. You
got Hicks though.
But we lost Goldman.
Everybody we have is 6'5" and skinny and gets absolutely driven off the ball.
We had 6'7" and 380 too. Now
380. There's your key. 380. We had
I'm saying we were missing Goldman was huge.
Goldman is damn good.
That dude just holds people up.
That's a good question that we've brought up before. What do you do with a guy from Kyle Kowalczyk too? I want to see a little more Brent Urban in 2021. What do you think they do with a guy like him in his contract?
They re-sign him. They re-sign him to.
They bring him in a decent deal.
He's like a $2 million a year guy. That's not maybe $3 million. 2 years, $6 million. That's the kind of contract he gets. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit more if if all of a sudden some money comes out of the banana stand.
Yeah, I think. I mean, anything more than that, people are just like,
Right,
You can't have enough depth at D-line after what I watched for my team the whole season.
right. Like
I mean,
I don't.
you just can't on
I
either
would
side of
say-
the ball. If
I
your
would
linemen
say-
aren't good, your team's bad.
Right. And you look at, Tampa, I mean, that's what they had. They ended up having the best defensive line, the defensive line that was playing the best at the right time. Vita Vea coming back was huge.
Vita Vea, man, what a game!
Dude, their
Who's the
linebackers, I love it. 'cause
Right.
They don't second.
Right.
They have good guys in front of them, so they don't have to second guess themselves. That's why they
Right.
look so good. They can
Well, and
run
that's
their
what you
lanes.
sit there and go like, oh, well, why do they have these linebackers? Oh, because Devin White was the 5th overall pick. Like, it's not some slouch out there. That's
No.
a stud right there. That's a 5th overall pick.
And then,
Like-
oh shit, let's just bring Winfield down in the box and call it
Right.
cover one and just fucking. Nope, you're not running the ball. Good luck
Yeah.
throwing it too.
Right. I mean, and if Mitchell Schwartz and Eric Fisher are there, I think we're talking about a much closer game.
yeah,
But Tampa still, I think, wins ultimately.
Thank God we got rid of Rimmers. It just proves how shitty that guy was.
Oh,
Thank God. Dude, we traded him for like a 7th and then just said, nah, Kansas City, you can have this back. Here's this guy that sucks, and here's $15 million cap.
Well, and obviously, like I'm not gonna sit here and say the refs this or that, but the refs fucking, there was just so much reffing going on.
But
it was unbelievable. Like,
Every time they threw a flag, though, I didn't argue. It was a flag.
Oh, the
And
Mike
I don't-
Evans where he drags his foot.
Oh,
He
yeah.
showed that bit.
No, if
Some
you
of it.
watch it, the guy falls and his hand just absolutely slaps his back of his foot. If you're running full speed and something hits you, I mean, you're gonna move. You're gonna.
it was just too much reffing. Like, I'm not saying they were
it was
completely
a
the wrong
defensive
calls.
clinic,
but-
man. Straight up.
I mean,
Right.
they could have called holding on every damn play with the Chiefs. Every play.
Right.
I mean, there's no need to because Mahomes was just gonna die anyway. But
Boy, didn't
Yo,
he look-
Mahomes
did
just
he
threw
not
everybody
look-
under the bus. Huh?
No, I gotta say it. Did he not look like Mitch when he was doing that little pirouette around there? It was just like, oh my god, I've seen this before.
dude, I loved.
mean, I'm
all
just-
the Vikings fans were like, "Look what happens when you have a shitty offensive line and a quarterback."
And it's
Yo, you had-
you had-
that needs to be
back there.
surgically repaired. Like,
Yo,
he,
you had
he was selfish.
idiot.
Sure.
He was selfish
Yeah,
as fuck for not letting.
I
Kenny
saw more than a few idiot Bear fans saying, "This is what Mahomes would look like on the Bears." Get the fuck out of here! Like,
Dude, even if your 2 starting O tackles are still starting O tackles in the NFL, no matter how much they suck, they're going to be better than Mike Rimmers, who's played guard the whole season, moving out the pack.
yeah, like that was
I
the
mean-
most makeshift. That was like 5 Rashad Cowards, like out there
Yeah, dude.
trying to fucking block. I mean, Mahomes was just literally running for his life.
You're
Plus, the
gonna have
Andy
to
Reid,
apologize.
off the field stuff couldn't have helped either.
Oh yeah, your kid's out getting hammered and tries to
Yeah.
wipe out a whole family.
Yeah,
That's rough.
that's tough stuff. I feel, pray
everybody gives him-
for everybody involved in all that, but it's like Andy Reid, bro. Like, handle your family.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's-
not his kid's old enough.
It's not his fault. His kid's older than I am.
Yo, but that's also his employee. That's a coach on your staff. That's your son and a coach on your staff. You got a responsibility to know what the fuck's up with that
He should
guy.
get canned for it. His
Yes.
job should get canned, but he's
Absolutely.
still a kid. It
If he doesn't get fired, people are going to be real suspect to that. I'm just saying, like, Andy Reid's a good coach, but he's had some weird shit go down in his watch. Donovan McNabb being hammered
Well,
the
let's
night
talk.
before the Super Bowl, like, which is, I don't know if you saw that. That was a little Twitter firestorm. Terrell dropping that bomb, like, officially. That's why McNabb was throwing up.
Right.
Today's been a good day for the Vikings. I will say that. We got a kicker.
Yeah.
One.
Who?
He was on Kansas
What
City.
kicker did you get?
He was all. I don't know, but he's
It's
better
not
be
Dan
better than
Bailey.
Dan Bailey.
No, we love
Bro,
Dan Bailey.
who
We're
did you
And
get?
gonna-
Butker? Who did you get?
Let me look.
You don't
Exactly.
even know. Fuck out of here. You got a kicker.
Oh,
you don't even
dude,
know.
oh shit,
me.
Ian Rappaport. Oh boy,
What?
But what about
we're getting
we got-
Wentz, dude.
Time out.
Shut up! You're full of shit.
I'm fucking with you.
I fucking hate you.
I'd be so pissed. Are you kidding me? Like,
We got
Yo,
we
I
got
would-
Alabama DB coach,
Who?
Alabama's DB coach,
Oh, great. Good for
and
you.
then we got a
Yo, did you see who the Packers signed as their defensive coordinator? Like, he was like the wide receivers coach for like.
he's a passing game coordinator, but he has a defensive background, man.
Yeah, so what? It's a shit hire. Like,
Wow.
come on. What
Then
are
we
you
got
gonna
the-
You're
we
gonna
got the
defend that
Maryland.
hire? We don't care who you got wire. We're talking about the shitty Packers.
The Packers.
defensive coordinator. Fuck your Vikings chat. Talking about you can respect the fact that the Packers signed a shitty
great
defensive coordinator.
pass coordinator. Find out every way we could throw the ball in your own defense.
Yeah, but he coached a lot of defense before that.
Yeah, how come I've never
seen-
heard of him?
I've seen like Leslie Frazier coached a bunch of defenses too, and he wasn't any good.
Yeah, he did pretty good this year.
He had a stud defense. It's like saying, oh, anybody that coached the Bears this year on defense would have had a good defense. It didn't fucking matter what scheme you drew up. They could play.
Well, it's better whether it's top 5 or top 10 is what the difference is.
Yeah, but like
And that's
It's
it's like you could
it's
have
like he got handed gold tokens and said, "Oh, go run with it." And,
yeah,
I mean,
I guess.
Josh Allen had a great year too. I mean, you can't look past the other side.
Well,
When
and
there's
that
offensive
right, and
plays.
that's the difference. It's like when you have a good defense, a top 10 defense, top 15 defense. If you pair it with a top 10 offense, all of a sudden the defense should rise up with it.
I can tell you why we both sucked this year. Ball control, we were just awful. Neither of our offenses.
You know
count
why?
the ball
You know
for
why
half
we
the game.
sucked?
Right.
We have our notifications turned on while we're live. That's why.
You never know what can happen. What if Ian Rappaport comes on?
That's true. What I mean, Rappaport is reporting late night Wentz drama.
No,
Oh God!
I would have been a lot more pissed
That would be
off.
the fucking worst. Like they're up against like that some March 19th deadline. I guess they have to pay him a $10 million roster bonus. So people are saying that's going to be the drop dead. But Jaworski said the Colts offered 2 number 2s and a future 3rd and a 4th. So basically, B-Rob, NFL, and whatever other fake insider bullshit artists that got fed a bunch of lies. Like, you didn't know shit. The Bears never offered anything like that.
I did hear from somebody that I trust that guy once in a while does get sources.
Yeah, but people are getting fed information to stir shit up now, and Howie
Exactly.
Roseman's all about that. Like, Howie Roseman is the master of that, getting that shit
Yes.
stirred up.
Yes, Ira.
Yo, yeah, Trubiscuits and Gravy, Bear Down Loyal says, fuck Wentz, ride the stash.
Yeah,
We're here for Minshew Mania. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Car ain't happening, most likely. Yeah, you start getting to that second tier. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you can get a pretty decent quarterback in the second round, third round too. Yeah.
And don't act like we wouldn't all love Minshew's personality here.
Oh yeah, he's very punky QB.
And that's why we'd also love Fitz's personality here. And like I said earlier, that's my problem with Jacoby and Tyrod is those dudes are boring as hell. So is Mariota, boring as hell. Like,
Okay, I got a question, Wyatt.
Yeah.
As a Viking fan, who would you hate to see in a Bears uniform?
yeah,
At quarterback.
At quarterback. Who would I hate?
Who would you
like
be
who
like?
would you
"Oh,
be like?
fuck,
Damn, I don't want to see that. That would suck because I know they'd be
Other
good.
than the obvious.
Out of who's out there right now? Like,
Yeah.
and rumors and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, Deshaun Watson is out.
I don't think I'm going to take out Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson. I don't think they're going
Yeah.
anywhere.
No.
The only way I see Dak moving is if Russell Wilson goes to Dallas and they flip. That's the only way I see that going down. Whew, I don't know because there's not a lot of options right now. I would think draft.
Yeah.
I know it sounds bad, but I mean, what is their option? Is there a better option?
Yeah,
Let's
no.
say Derek Carr. Let's say, what do you think about that? Just
Would Derek Carr scare you as a Vikings fan? Do you think,
No,
oh shit, they got Derek Carr?
I think we've played him 3 times and he just throws picks. So we've slapped the shit out of every team he's played on. But what I say though, if he comes into the division,
I can't remember the
might be
Vikings
better.
playing the Raiders very often.
They did. Because, they play the
Because
same.
we played the Raiders, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they did. They played them
That's the
whatever.
AFC West.
Yeah,
whatever.
the London year.
I just think Minshew gets shit because he was in freaking Jacksonville, man. I think he'd be all right.
I don't think Minshew's Is Winston signed?
No, Winston's
No.
a free agent.
I don't want to see Winston play. I don't. That's scary because you never know what you're going to get out of that man. And hell, if you back him up, because they did not have good defenses with him yet that had developed. Whew.
Kyle Kowalczyk says Carr's had 100-plus passer rating last 2 seasons.
Passer rating
He's
doesn't
getting
mean
better.
shit. Look, if you guys hate on Kirk Cousins, look at him. He throws a 104 passer rating every year. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Wow.
Well, shit.
Shit.
That's a great episode of so we just got a house.
Exactly.
Winston
Tyler Bray. He is relieved that Tyler Bray is no longer
going. I'm going scared about is Winston and fuck, dude.
See, the problem is the Bears don't have the balls to sign Jameis
No.
Winston.
And-
They don't have the balls to sign Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston would be a phenomenal signing.
Well, let's
Fuck
go
it.
around the room.
Jameis Winston got juice.
Winston, yes or no? Brian.
Not over Minshew.
Okay, what's the price? You talking? What's Winston gonna
All
get?
things equal.
At
All things equal.
most, Winston
saying-
gets Teddy Bridgewater money.
It's saying they
No,
say
not
about
that much, right?
13 mil a year
That's what Winston is gonna get. People saying.
plus signing bonuses. The signing bonuses are much larger, but that if he gets a deal because he hasn't done anything.
I'm just saying he just played on a $1 million deal. You think
know.
he's? I don't think he gets. I think he gets $10 million a year.
I think the Saints
Hey.
are going to keep him.
I think
I
they
don't
will
know if
too,
they can
but-
afford it.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
all
my
thing,
issue.
if it wasn't a problem, money wasn't an issue. Winston, yes or no?
Yes,
I
but the
agree.
Bears don't have the balls. He's got the off-field shit.
with Jay Cutler, man. Now you want to go to Winston. He would drive you nuts.
But he would get you to the playoffs with his
Yeah, but
defense.
it'd be fun. Like,
30 for 30 special in Chicago.
He
I'm
threw,
good.
he threw 30 touchdowns at least.
right,
At least they scored.
right. That's never even happened.
30 picks.
I know, but we've never
He
had a
had
quarterback
laser eye
throw 30
surgery since
touchdowns.
then. He ain't
Yes,
Stevie Wonder no
and he's
more.
and he's learned fucking from Sean Payton.
And
Like-
been with Drew Brees. Look what Bridgewater did when he had a decent.
Hey,
System.
I'm talking about over Minshew, bro.
Minshew isn't. I don't know what you're on. What?
I like Minshew.
that dude's
I-
Uncle
I-
Rico, man.
All right.
No, he's not.
Right,
He's
right.
good. He's a
23
good fucking
games.
player.
Right, 23 games, 5,500 yards, 37
Only
touchdowns.
20 starts.
23 games.
It's only 20 starts. It's 23 games. 20 starts.
Yeah, and the whole Glennon starting over him was a tank.
That was the tank. Yeah.
Yes.
But they at one point were starting Nick Foles over this dude.
That's because they paid Nick Foles.
We did it here.
He said,
But you guys did it here with Trubisky, who, by the way, CBS Sports has as the second-ranked quarterback in free agency.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
but look at the
Well,
list, bro.
yeah,
The list. It's
list.
like Dak,
It's
Mitch, and then like
Winston, Dalton, Fitzpatrick.
right. Like it's rough. It gets rough fast.
Tyrod ain't a bad option.
Yeah, we talked about Tyrod. We're okay with Tyrod. Tyrod is boring as fuck.
Yeah, but he's way more exciting than Brissett or Mariota.
Okay, that's like.
But
I mean,
gotta admit,
those
They're-
dudes are like
they're like
mannequins.
uninspired.
right, you got to admit, Minshew does bring that to his game. He is a
Oh,
little bit
Minshew's got that
exciting.
attitude, man.
He can
He's got an
escape a little
attitude
bit.
about him.
exactly. Kyle
And-
Kowalczyk just killed it.
Drew being second just shows why we can't sign a free agent.
It's great.
Yeah, well, just it's still chasing decent. Like, let's not take our eyes off the prize. Like, it's still chasing decent middle of the
I
pack
want Carr,
quarterback.
but I'm just saying after that.
I
get
still
that
think it doesn't matter. I'm a firm believer if you have a decent quarterback with decent arm strength, if you give him a good offensive line, they're going to be good.
Guys, they are
Look
going
at-
to they are going to draft a quarterback.
When they should draft an offensive lineman.
Right. But here's what I think is going to go down is there are lots of tackles in this draft, and I only know that because I've heard people who I think are smart say it. I didn't do the actual research. I've just heard that. There are lots of good tackles in this draft. There are going to be tackles outside the first round. I don't think you need to take a tackle in the first round.
Bro, I think the Bengals because of Sewell, because that dude, if they get him and Burrow's healthy, that's a scary football team all of a sudden.
Maybe. Their defense is really bad. Like, I'm just saying, like, I just think
trade card draft the tackle, but we're going to.
I think they trade up, but where do you trade up to? If you trade up for Mac Jones, that's bad. I know, Jared 6. It doesn't make any sense.
Pick 6, baby.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
Oh,
pick 6 is what Trey Lance is going to
I think
throw
you
a lot of.
I think you pull what we kind of did about 7-8 years ago and trade back, and we got
Pace doesn't know how to do that.
We got picked 30, 29, and 28 in the first round.
Yeah, we traded with you that year.
No,
Wasn't
it was
it?
you guys. You
Yes.
guys, the Patriots, and I believe the Saints. And
Yes.
we got Shreve Floyd, who was a rookie all-pro, and then he broke his knee. We had Xavier Rhodes and Patterson. And then we came back in the second round and snagged, I think, Eric Kendricks.
Right.
Jared wants to trade to 6 to draft Mac Jones.
No, I don't.
I'm telling you, you got to take Mac Jones over Trey Lance.
Or
I like Lance as like a college quarterback. He's just not built for the NFL.
yeah, but what if Trey Lance is the next Josh Allen? Like he's got that makeup.
Yeah, but
More mobile.
Josh Allen still played at like a FBS school.
I guess so, but didn't Wentz play at the same school as
And here we are.
right?
You're back to Wentz.
Right. No, fuck Wentz. I don't want Wentz.
No, I know, but that's the same school as Trey Lance.
No, like if Wentz was for free, like I would take him.
I wouldn't.
I would say we don't have Kirk Cousins, all right? We would love Kirk Cousins.
I'm just talking about Wentz right now.
If I'm the Bears,
you can get
you saw how Bears fans flipped on Stafford, right? When we heard he was available, it was like, oh, Stafford, you're the greatest.
God, it was like
the same shit. The same shit would happen if Kirk
Tom
Cousins.
Brady in Chicago for that.
Yeah, like if Kirk Cousins came available, we would lie to ourselves about Kirk Cousins so bad. If he became available, we'd be like, Kirk Cousins is actually really good. Kirk Cousins, like we'd come up with a bunch of fucking reasons why he's the greatest.
I'm not gonna say anything about Kirk being the greatest. I just think he's serviceable.
No, but I'm saying if he became available, Bears fans would fall in love. Like we would be like, oh my god, we can't believe.
You guys would take Jared Goff right now.
Yeah.
Not you guys, but some of your fans.
The organization.
Right, hold on, wait a minute. Where's that?
That was might have been going too far.
There we go. Gotta take care of that.
Yeah, exactly.
The magic of the mute button.
Viking chat is canceled. Anyway, I can't exactly say it was a good Super Bowl.
No, kind of shitty.
I didn't really fucking care for it, to be honest. Like
I like the defense, watching the defense do what they did. I enjoyed the game because I was right.
Wyatt's raising his hand. All right, we're gonna wrap up the show. Thanks, Wyatt, for joining us.
A-Rob just NBC Sports just put something. He said like his two options are like returning to Jacksonville or the Bears.
Why? He said Jacksonville?
Yeah, he said Jaguars or Bears.
Wow.
So there's that.
That's crazy. I don't know. I guess I could see it.
Didn't we get a running backs coach too today or some shit?
No, it wasn't today. Michael Petrie.
Yeah.
He was. We already talked about Oregon State's Artavis Pierce guy.
There'd be more of a market for A-Rob than Jacksonville and the Bears. So.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
Did you see the media video? Allen
they
Robinson's in it.
Yeah, no, we talked about that. Like, I think, I don't know. I mean, Jacksonville's kind of got a decent, I mean, they got Chark, they got Chenault. Conley kind of drops a lot, but that's not really anybody. So, I mean, you certainly could use an Allen Robinson. Like, who couldn't?
Great for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, who couldn't?
And Urban Meyer, you got a new coaching staff, a guy that's
just got to bring in Randy, too, from fucking Trailer Park Boys with him.
Yeah, Urban Meyer just brought in like the controversial strength and conditioning coach from Iowa or whatever. So that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. A-Rob, make up your fucking mind. I just want a resolution. Like, can we just get the quarterback so I can start getting mad about it or getting happy? Can we
I need to bitch about something.
Can A-Rod shit or get off the pot? Like, stop fucking sending your little emojis, and then it's like, oh, and now you're gonna tweet about the Clippers. Like, shut up already. Just
I don't care what A-Rod does. It's just we love you, A-Rod. Don't leave.
Like, either be here or don't. Like, you buy in or don't.
Right.
That's what a lot
and
of
I don't blame him because what's he gonna do? Like, he can't really do anything. Like, he's still in free agency hasn't.
It's not on him.
You gotta keep he's got to keep his pocketbook open and be like, hey, I can still come back.
I don't blame him. He should go for the most money possible. If I was saying this is the last major contract you're probably going to sign in your career, go for the fucking most money possible.
Where the quarterback's at, too. He just wants to win a ring.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's what he says, right? Those dudes all watch the Super Bowl, and they're like, man, I just want to win a ring. Okay.
He'll go to Tampa for $9 million then.
Right, yeah. Go to Tampa for $4 million to play with Brady, right? And then you get 50 catches.
Sean McCoy is a genius, played no downs and won 2 rings in a row.
Yeah, those rings are gonna be fucking like sold so quick when he has no money left. Like, come on.
Shady was such a beast in his prime, though.
Yeah, he was. Good. But if he would stop sticking the ball out, getting it swiped. I mean, like, that dude thought he was Walter Payton the way he stuck that thing out. It's like, no, son, you are not Walter. You can't do that. Yeah, plus Kowalczyk, Chark, and fucking – I mean, they got, like, honestly, the Jaguars have a better offensive line and a better receiving core than the Bears currently
do. It's so hard to tell. And
Chark.
Without A-Rob?
Back is still a good –
Dude, I just don't think we've been able to fully assess our O-line our wide receivers with Mitch. I just don't. I don't think they've had a fair shake.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
Hey,
yeah, that was almost like that was either going to be the Le'Veon Bell, in your face, or the AB in your face.
I just think Minshew, man, and that's another thing. You give Minshew Mooney, and you do re-sign A-Rob and Anthony Miller. Cole Kmet, yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that you if you get a lower cost guy with higher upside, you have the option to make the guys around him better. If you bring in the expensive option like Wentz or whoever, I mean even Carr's $20 million,
you make a bad cap situation worse.
He is an upgrade to Mitch.
Yes, but you bring him onto a team that's not going to be as good around him. I would rather pay, whatever Minshew makes, which isn't much, probably $4 or $5 million, and then use the rest of that money. And then use the rest of that money to improve the team around him, draft a great player at 20. Maybe somehow Kyle Pitts falls to you at 20, which probably won't happen. But somebody like that, or you get the best tackle, or whatever. You get an impact player at 20. And then you're moving in the right direction.
Backing up. You could draft Jamie Newman and develop him slowly.
Look at the Super Bowl winners besides Brady over the past years. I mean, almost all of them are in their rookie deal, or they're just getting their first year of their contract.
Right.
Everybody's young.
A huge list of guys. Like, they're talking about there's going to be 4 quarterbacks taken in the top 10. It's like, then you look at top 5 quarterbacks who've ever won the Super Bowl. It's not that many.
Like, go back and check out the Reese's Senior Bowl quarterbacks, and just kind of the last 4 years, and just take a list of who's that were there.
I got some. Don't trust the Senior Bowl.
No, but
Christian Ponder played really good in the Senior Bowl.
I remember everybody getting all hard on about Anthony Gordon.
I'm talking from 2017
I liked him.
2017 on.
Right, but everybody had a hard on for Anthony Gordon. Like,
What about Heineke getting that contract?
yo, I like how the hell he like that? Like one game, it made him like a whole shitload of money, like $9 million. So that's
Way
crazy.
worse.
I mean, the man balled out. I got to give him credit.
Right. I mean, that was like
And I think he kind of proved that.
that was like Matt Flynn
he could
light.
leave it all out there.
Yeah.
He was one of those quarterbacks that just didn't give a shit if his arm broke. He was going to try to win that football game, and he proved himself.
Yeah.
but
You know
anyway,
Nagy can't help himself though. You know in the back.
How we drafted him, of
You know
course.
Nagy wants to bring Alex Smith in here. You know he does.
Oh, I can't watch Alex Smith play. It's so
I know.
cringy.
But
Like,
you know.
Dude, I am a big believer in Alex Smith.
if he hadn't have, like literally had his leg almost Thanos off his body, like I would, you know,
That happened to Teddy, though.
not like that.
No,
Nobody's
that-
had the injury that Alex
Dude.
Smith had.
Okay, not the nerve injury, but if you saw Teddy Bridgewater's leg like I did at the scene of the whole thing
Did
happen,
you see the fucking thing that they had to put on Alex Smith, like gangrenous fucking like destroyed blood clot lattice work, patchwork, bruised ass fucking horror movie shit. Yo, that was like Saw. His leg looked like Saw, bro. Like it was horrifying.
would you like to play a game?
Now it's like, you know, and every time he drops back, it's like the Kurt Schilling sock shows up. It's like, like what is happening? His leg is melting. You know, I can't watch that.
if you say you guys do get Alex Smith and he plays, I think you guys win 10 games.
Kowalczyk nailed it. Smith's injury was worse than Zach Miller's, and that's hard to do. Exactly. Zach Miller almost fucking died, and so did Alex Smith. Although Zach Miller up there by the hip, that's insane.
I mean, Teddy almost lost his leg.
Same with all of them.
All right, cool. I mean, the Dak Prescott injury was bad, but the aftermath
No.
of it.
Bro, Alex Smith, that was bad. That comment right there.
That is so
bad.
true, bro.
That's bad.
It did. It looked like some horror movie shit. Like it's
Bro, I
it's
think
like
the
Toxic Avenger.
3 injuries that I saw live happen, Alex Smith and Teddy Bridgewater, and then you got Kevin Ware. That shit was scary as hell.
Bridgewater's another name though. Like if the Minshew
Yeah.
thing, you know, I mean, I would take Teddy over Jacoby and Tyrod.
Hold up. For the people on the podcast, you have to hear what this was actually put in the chat. Our boy Trubiscuits and Gravy said, dude, no offense, Alex, but his leg looks like microwave cheese pizza. Bro. Oh my
It fits so well, but you just think about it, you wanna
It looks like a Tony's, bro. You look like, oh, God.
That's awful.
You look like DiGiorno, bro. Like,
It's not delivery.
it's Alex Smith's leg.
Oh.
Deadpool.
Bro,
Yeah.
Deadpool.
We're fucking
like
around.
Freddy-
We're gonna end up getting him now.
How fuck you get Freddy Krueger's face on your leg? Fuck.
that is-
Anyway, that's I don't even,
On that note, let's
on that note, let's end the fucking show. Let's go out
Thanks
on
for
that.
jumping on, Dub.
Yeah, thanks for
Hopefully
jumping
you're
on.
making weight.
We're gonna get
I am.
Carson Wentz news tomorrow. I'm gonna lose my shit.
According to everywhere, you guys are the front runners. Congrats.
Bro, like if they pull a Friday news drop on the Carson Wentz, I won't do anything. I'll just be
Right
the
before,
same.
that's what happened. Right before Valentine's Day,
You're
we
gonna
go
cry
do it.
in
Our
your
wives
bed.
just like depressed as fuck. Like,
I think 3 beers will be had at that point tomorrow.
But like they can't do this to us because it's snowing again. God damn it!
I know.
Like, yo,
We're
there's
supposed to
already
be
like 2
like
feet of snow. Like my sidewalk is just a snow trench. Like it's just a snow trench with 2-foot sides. Like that I just keep having to plow out or fucking, you know, like it's crazy. Like there's like a 6-foot mound of snow
Yep,
by
same
the
here,
alley.
man.
Like it's crazy. Like they can't do this to us. If they put Wentz on top of all this shit in a pandemic, like they can't do this to us. You fucking Ted and George, fuck you if you do this to us.
They should like tell Carson Wentz, like, hey Wentz, you can't hunt if you go to Chicago.
Yeah, right? Like shit.
Where am I gonna hunt and fish?
And
I can
it's
fish at Lake
fucking,
Michigan.
yeah,
but
it's like,
good
look how
luck.
many golden retrievers I have. Fuck.
In Chicago.
All right,
He's just not ready for the smoke that the media like. Indy's a nice safe spot
No.
for him.
Bro, we have the two most toxic fucking medias ever. If you literally slip up, you are dead. And if you do something good, you are the GOAT.
Philly's pretty bad with the media,
I hate
though.
Philly.
Yeah, Philly is. But like, I think Indy
Cinnamon
would be a good spot for him.
Cinnamon Cannon is. Kowalczyk says the Cinnamon Cannon is coming. Prepare.
You know, there was talk about bringing him in.
Are we gonna have
No.
we're gonna have a Nick Foles and Wentz reunion?
Dude,
Run it back.
somebody was
Run it
The
talking
back.
about.
Cinnamon.
Somebody's
First
talking
of
about
all-
Dalton to back him up, though. We're gonna have like the two gingers in the league at quarterback.
First of all, the Cinnamon
Prince
Cannon
Harry
sounds like
and
some.
Nick Foles.
You know, the Cinnamon Cannon sounds like something that happens during like a feature show at a strip club. Like it's like, ladies, gentlemen, get your dollars out. It's time for the Cinnamon Cannon.
yeah, that's not the strip club that you should be in, though. That's like the strip club for
That's
chicks.
the one you gotta walk.
Why would you
right
be in a strip club for
yes, sir. I
Cinnamon
heard
Cannon?
a script for you.
like the Cinnamon
that's a-
Cannon.
That's
Yo,
a girl.
the Cinnamon
Right.
Cannon is like helicopter in that thing, like.
That's
It's
a
like
male
Jim
strip for
Carrey.
women, bro.
Yo,
Not the club.
Yo, I said ladies, and then I checked myself, and I was like, oh, I should have just went with that. Ladies, get your dollars out. It's time for the Cinnamon Cannon. It's like fucking, the Cinnamon Cannon. Like the
That should be the name of this episode. Is the Cinnamon
the Cinnamon
Cannon.
Cannon. God damn it.
Microwave cheese pizza meets the cinnamon
Hey,
cannon.
Yeah.
And Wentz, that's the shirt. Cinnamon cannon.
That's it.
Oh, the cinnamon cannon. You can do like the Minshew Hulkamania shirt. Minshew Mania.
Fuck. That's all. Yeah, I think they already have that. If they don't, they're fucking up.
Well,
Hulk
maybe
probably
won't.
shut it down. All right. Anyway, on that note, let's go out on a high note with the Cinnamon Cannon. Thanks to everybody that came in the chat. Thanks to Wyatt for jumping on. It's just another episode of the Tailgate Show.
The bars.
The cinnamon cannon and sources.
The microwave pizza leg.
Microwave pizza and cinnamon
Cutting
cannon.
squares. God damn it. It's cutting squares.
Great
not
mustaches.
triangles.
Some
Tavern
nicknames tonight.
style.
And then he's calling Mariota Tan Mitch. Come on, man. We'll come up with some nicknames tonight.
Bitch. He's Jer. Oh. Love you, Jer. You're the best. Thanks, everybody.